Hey everyone, Michelle Burns here from the North Tonawanda Recreation Department. We're going to start doing our holiday craft kits for the older kids, and we're going to start with craft number 1. Okay, in your craft kit you're going to see this little wooden disc. There is a tree template. We've got a piece of string that we're going to use later for hanging the ornament up. We got a whole bunch of tiny little nails, and there's some green twine. All right, so what you're going to want to do is take your little tree template and kind of center it in the middle of your ornament. Now what you're going to want to do too is make sure that the hole that I pre-drilled into the disc for you to tie your string to, just make sure that if you can, that one of the little black dots on the template, okay, is not near that hole. Try and keep it down from that hole as best as you can. Okay, does that make sense? Don't cover up that hole with one of the black dots. It's okay to cover it with the paper. What we're worried about is making sure we're not putting the nail into that hole that's drilled there. Okay, so now what you're going to need to do is take the nails. Now, when I was doing this before, what I noticed, okay, is that if I just take the nail and just kind of shove it in, it's going to stay. Now, if I shove it in with my finger, it's going to stay, but it might not be strong enough for when I tie the string. So what I actually did is I went in and I took each nail and I poked it into each black spot, because you'll see that wood is soft enough. Okay. So into each black dot that you see on that piece of paper. Okay. Then, once you get all of the nails into the black dots, okay, I got glue on my fingers from doing one of the other things, so I got schmutz on my hands. Okay, so pretend that we got all these nails into the black dots, okay? So you're going to see it's going to look, okay, a little bit like that. You got the nails sticking in to each black dot on there, okay? Then what I'm going to do is take a hammer, okay? And I'm going to lightly just tap those nails in, okay? You could try and make them all the same height if you want. I kind of gauge it, look at it. Okay? So tap them in so that way they're not loose at all right? Because when you tie the string, you're going to tie it tight. You don't want to tie it, you don't want the string pulling the nail out. So you just want to make sure that it's in there pretty good. Okay? Take the string. Now, I gave you lots of string, and what I found when I was doing this before is that the more string you have wrapped around the nails, the better it looks at the end. But that's something that you can determine for yourself. Okay? So how I started it was, first I tied a little loop in my string. Okay? And then I wrapped it around the nail and pulled it tight. And I pulled it out. Let's do that again. Okay, so tie a little loop, put it around a nail, and then pull that tight. Then you can tie a double knot on there and pull that just so it's knotted really well. Okay, I used a piece of scissors just to cut the little excess off. And now what you want to do is you just kind of want to crisscross. Okay, what you want to do when you're following the lines and the nails, you want to make sure to go one nail after another. So this nail down here, okay, is going to go up to that inside nail, and then to that outside nail, up to the inside out. So how I did mine is I did the outline first, okay, and then once I got the outline done, okay, and I got to each nail head and basically just wrapped the string around it once. Okay, now obviously that's not the way it's supposed to be, but I'm just showing you. And then what I started doing was just crisscrossing from one nail to the other. All right, so when I was done with all the thread that I had, I just basically started tearing the paper off. Okay, again, this is where you want to make sure at the end, if you want, once you get all your string in there, before you tear that paper off is just make sure that your nails are in there good and hard. Again, because when you tear the paper off, you don't want tearing the paper off to pull the nail out. All right, so I'm going to show you this really close. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And see, the one thing you're going to see is that I didn't go from this nail to this nail, okay, because then it would have ruined the shape of the tree. Does that make sense? Okay, so I went from this nail to the inside nail, then back to this nail and to this. So kind of like I didn't go from this nail down here to this nail here because it would have ruined the shape of the tree. Okay, so I stayed within my original outline. Okay, and that's what I got. These loose ends I could just cut off with scissors. Snip those off. Okay, gave you all a little piece of string. You're going to see that I have the hole cut in the top. Now, I know the string that I gave you was thinner than the string I am trying to use right now. And I got some blockage in there, blocking my hole. You just shove a toothpick in there to clean it out if you need to. I'm just using my little X-Acto knife here to clean out the hole so I can shove the string through. But I gave you small enough string that it shouldn't be a problem. What I like to do is to kind of twist the rope as I'm going through. Makes it go through easier. And we just tie a little knot. And there you go. String ornament. Christmas tree string ornament. Fun, right? You can give it as a gift, hang it in your tree, or what I like to do is when I give presents to my friends and family, I will make this as a gift topper. So it'll sit right on top of the gift so they kind of get, you know, their main gift and then they get a fun little gift, a keepsake for the year. And if also, suggestion, you could put your name, the year on the back. So if you want to do something like this every year, a different ornament every year, and then it's always fun to look back and see what you did at any given year. All right, enjoy.